Hey everybody, it's Maureen from the Speech Bubble SLP. I wanted to do a video to kind of walk you through my new language intervention survival kit so you can see all the different parts and all of its different uses. So if you haven't seen it yet, here it is. Ta-da! It's stored in a 2-inch binder. For me, this just worked best in keeping everything together, so I had it at quick, easy access and I could kind of keep things in order. So if you feel like taking a peek, just stick around and I'll show you what's inside. Here is the past tense verbs portion of the kit. Again, you have same breakdown, session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are on the back. You have prompts that you can use to explain the topic to the student, as well as what the activity is, the parts you'll need, and what you'll be taking data on. So with this first one, it starts with a sort. Again, we start with sorts, tends to be the most basic level to start with. And it goes with happened yesterday, happened today, sorting from past tense and present tense. Pictures to go with everything. The next day we have a matching worksheet. Again, here we have the directions at the top. You're going to match the present tense with the past tense. Past tense in the kit, anything that is indicated as a past tense activity will be shown with a clock that's going backwards to indicate past tense since it's a time concept. So here they need to match the present tense with the past tense. What they would do is draw a line from jump. Again, they can visually match it very quickly, but we want to know, do they recall the correct form of the word? So jump, over here, you'll notice the past tense form is blank. They need to fill it in. So they can draw the line, but jump and jumped. Can they recall the correct form? Here again is a fill-in-the-blank worksheet. As I said before, all the fill-in-the-blanks will come with no choice and then an option with 2 choices. That way, if you're seeing they need that support, we can do that for them, and then just make sure to mark that on your data sheet that they just still needed that extra support for that area. Here are the cards for the next session, and then our 6th session. Most of the 6 sessions will be some type of write the sentence, draw, explain, something that's very independent, that we want to be more spontaneous with their language to see if they have understood the concept, if they've made growth with it. So a lot of them are going to be in this format just because it will allow them to be more independent and have them show us the skill that we've been targeting. Following 2-step directions, again, same layout. This presents them with 2 strategies to use, since that seems to be an area they struggle with initially, is they don't know how to help themselves follow these directions. Do they need to whisper it back? Can they picture it? Can they visualize it? This introduces some strategies that you can choose to use or not, but it is a way to at least assess, can they follow 1-step directions? And then we continue on to the next step, which is 1-step directions with single modifiers. Flipping through, just general 2-step directions. All the direction cards come with pictures are general and basic. Heart, triangle, star, circle, shapes that they will be familiar with. So we're not asking them to identify something that they may never have seen before. Going through 2-step directions with single modifiers. 2-step directions with 2 modifiers. And then also included in here are the cards for the final and 6th session here, where it will be strictly an auditory activity. So we're fading visuals as well as increasing difficulty. Categorizing. It's kind of a very popular one. This one, you can see we have 1, 2 sides to go through all your sessions. We have visuals, we have sorting mats. So we're going to have them first sort, can they sort 3 categories with 3 pictures? Now 5 categories with 5 pictures. Again, I'm keeping my mats and all my cards for each activity and session in the same page protector. That way I can just unclip this, take this one out, and here's my session 2, all here ready to go. And then we have some worksheets. These worksheets do come with choices and with not, just to see in case they need that level of support still. So this one says, look at each group of pictures, decide what they have in common, and write their category on the line. There are choice options, like I said, that will have, I'll take one out and show it to you, that will provide them with choices in case they are still kind of struggling with the whole grouping concept. So here we have school supplies or tools. Which one? And they can just circle, and that's what you would take your data on. Put that off to the side. Here we're working on, instead of general groupings of clothes, people, food, things that are red, those more abstract categories. So things that are red, things that fly, those are the next steps. And again, here are my cards for my final sessions. Pronouns, hot area there. Sorting activities, he, she, and they. Then it moves to matching. We're going to have them be matching text to pictures. So even if they are young and cannot read, they can still point and you can still ask, is this he, is this they, is this she? And then you can help them draw the line and match it to the text. And here we have our choices for our worksheet. There's also an option for no choices to make it more challenging if you think they can handle that. And here we have reading the sentences and identifying the pronouns in the sentence. If they are not reading yet, you can read it to them, ask them, did they hear it? You can read it to them and have them follow along. By now they may have picked up on just the pattern of the print for her, for he, for they, so that they can at least point to it or they have the auditory to recall it. So if they can't read, it's not a big deal. Pictures for the one session I put in here just because I was running out of page protectors. And then here is our 6th session as well. That again is more independent. So a lot of these are write or draw, just in case they do not have the ability to write yet. They're too young, they're still working on it. We can still assess their abilities. And then finally, answering WH questions. This one, again, has the same layout. It was a little long, so we had to go on a couple pages. We're going to start by sorting question words. These just go through the 4 most basic, the who, what, when, and where. And then we have identifying with 2 pictures, who delivers the mail. Can they determine that who indicates that it needs a person as an answer, and they can simply circle the answer. Then we move to, can they determine the answer with 3 pictures now? Now we have more variables at play. Now we've gotten away from our visuals, we're fading our cues, and we have auditory answering question. Who plays an instrument? Where does a queen live? Can they answer these questions? And now we have listening to short bits of information and then answering follow-up questions. These will start with, session 5 will be with 3 sentences of information, and then the last session will consist of 5 sentences of information. So, and then here's our follow-up questions and a part for you to take notes since this tends to be more. And for session 5, these will consist of 3 sentences of information with follow-up WH questions. And then session 6, those pages will each have 5 sentences of information, so a short paragraph, followed by follow-up WH questions. I also have a space there for notes. Since here we might see maybe a little more wait time, some observations we maybe want to jot down, you can put those there as well. And that's it. So I hope you've enjoyed our tour. If you have any questions that haven't been answered by watching the video, please email me. Just send me an email at thespeechbubbleslp@gmail.com. I am more than happy to answer your questions and fill in any blanks. Hopefully there are none, but this is currently on my TPT store. It is $25. It's just because there's so many areas it can encompass. There's so many materials that come with it. And if you're saying, well, I don't do intervention, this is actually a great tool if you're just starting out with some goals as well. So beginning of the year, you're introducing the concept of pronouns. Your first 6 sessions are already done. Make it a little easier for yourself. So if you have any questions, send me an email. Otherwise, thanks for taking a little bit of a tour with me, and I'll see you guys later.